Hello everyone, it is Red with RedDragonLeo.com. It is Sunday, the 20th of March 2011, and it looks like the Illuminati are right on schedule with their planned World War III event, I guess you call it. Disaster, I'd call it. I'm sorry it's taking so long to do this. I had a lot to write, and as usual, in these weekend updates, I tend to write a little too excessively, but sorry, but I do leave them up more than one day, so before we change it, mainly because I'm lazy, I guess. It's tough sometimes writing these posts day in and day out. So when thoughts come to my head, I just want to get it all out there and stuff. So I first want to cover what's going on here with the Middle East and Japan and things like that. Then we'll get to the charts after that. What I am thinking right here is quite simple. This Khaddafy that they are trying to run out of Libya over there, he is a dictator that was most likely put in place by the elite, by the gangsters, years ago, and he has been playing ball with them and working with them, and at this point the gangsters are done with him. They when I say the gangsters, the cabal, I mean George H. Bush, Henry Kissinger, and David Rockefeller are the leaders in this, but there are others, of course, Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, of course, and Dick Cheney, you know, and Obama, and, you know, he's a part of it. They're all part of it. Dummy George Jr., you know, that stupid fool. Anyway, they're all part of it. And so they're doing this exactly as they planned. Lindsey Williams told everyone, folks, that they are going to take oil to $200 a barrel. This is part of the plan. It does not matter really if Khaddafy is still willing to play ball with the cabal or not. They have to get him out of there, use it as an excuse that he's doing horrible things out there to the people, and I'm sure he is. But the point is that the United States cabal, the United States government, specifically the faction known as the cabal, the Illuminati members, they were all fine with him killing people up until now. Why? What has changed? Well, they want to cut off the oil over there so that they can raise the price over here, bankrupt the Middle East. If they blow up all those oil pumping facilities over there and all the pipelines and all that, I mean, if they blow up all that stuff, they will shut them down. And that's what they want. And they're going to open up the oil fields in South Dakota, North Dakota, and Montana, just as Lindsey Williams said they were going to do. They're going to open it up, but they got to get oil up to $200 a barrel first. So they're going to create a havoc, create a disaster, create a staged war over there, and kill thousands of people, innocent people, so that they can run oil up to $200 a barrel. Now keep in mind, just like Lindsey said, they can get it out of the ground for $16 a barrel and sell it to you and I for 60 cents a gallon and make a profit. Yet they do not want to do that because they're gangsters, they're robbers, they're murderers, they're thugs, they're worthless piece of trash people that need to be beheaded. That's what they are. That's how I feel about these gangsters. So it's all staged, folks. It's all done on purpose. They'll get rid of this dictator and put another dictator in there, and they'll call it a democracy. It won't be no democracy. It'll be a fake democracy. It's all it's going to be. This is all part of the plan to get it up there to $200 a barrel, and it's just that simple. Now let's go over Japan. This has been bugging me for a while. Exactly why they attacked Japan. Now some Ben Fulford here. Here's his latest, and he's got a beard in it. Doesn't even look like him, but his voice sounds the same. So if it's not him, if it's a fake one, I'm sorry about that. I don't know. It looks like him. I think he just grew a beard, but he got a little heavy and put a little weight or something. But whatever. Anyway, he talks in here, says that they basically sent submarines over there and planted nuclear explosives. I believe it's this video that I watched. and also used HARP. So they blew up the fault lines underneath the ocean and cracked them and caused the tsunami to come in there and hit Japan. Now, I wanted to know why that they hit Japan there. So, well, let's get to this real quick here. I do want to go over this right here. If you haven't read David Wilcox's stuff, his link is right here on my Red Pill site. It is really right here, right there to the left. So literally you can see it right there. Go to his site and read his stuff. He basically is Edgar Cayce, the reincarnation of Edgar Cayce. Everything about it. He's got like a 4-hour video or something there talking all about humanity and spirituality and his history and his past. Edgar Cayce had this vision of the future of what the future United States would look like, split in half. California's gone, southern Florida here is gone. Where I'm right here, I wish that thing wouldn't do that. Let me make it large here. I just blew it up in size. You can't really find any clear ones. Sorry about that. So that's it for how clear it is. I'm right here in Jacksonville, Florida, so I don't know if I'm going to be gone or not. It looks like Miami's gone, the southern tip of all the way down there. The Keys, Florida Keys is gone. This was a scary thought, and of course California is gone where they've blown it up. So there is a possibility that that these gangsters are going to blow up and the San Andreas Fault and cause an earthquake there. Obviously, they can't really plant nukes in there because it's not. It's inland, I believe. The fault line's inland. Pretty sure they planned it for the tsunami. Obviously, they did it out in the ocean. So for here, they'd have to use HARP on it for sure, and destroy it. And so that's a real scary thought, folks, that they are going to do that. But I believe Edgar Cayce seen this in one of his visions. But regardless, you should take the time to go over here to David Wilcox's site and watch some of his stuff. It's DivineCosmos.com, and he's got YouTube videos on there. He's part of Project Camelot, and that's where I first seen him. That you can go through here and watch his videos. Good stuff, folks. Good stuff. Take the time to do that. Read up on the fella. Anyway, getting back to Japan. I just put this in Sunday night. Obviously, I was finished with the post last night. I was going to do the video today, and so, but then I had to start here with this PS. The real reason why Japan was attacked, it came to me after a while. I finally put the piece together. I had seen this story, and I posted the link here for you. So let me put it over here. I posted the link here as well, but it's a story on Reuters about Reuters. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Japan did this. I remember this video back, and I'll let you watch it. It's on my site. You can search it yourself. The link is there on my site. But this, this is not some guy on a farm that did it like in 1998 Stanley Myers did it, and they killed him. Now this Stanley Myers water-powered car invented, was killed. Stanley Myers was just a Kentucky man, I believe, maybe up in Ohio. He got killed in a restaurant in Ohio. They poisoned him for inventing. He turned his dune buggy into running on water, and he actually had a device. You could buy the pieces to assemble it, and it would cost you less than $1,000 to change over your car to run on completely on water. When we say water, obviously it's just hydrogen. You just break down, H2O is 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. You just get rid of the oxygen, and that goes out the tailpipe. Woohoo! Isn't that great? And you burn the hydrogen very, very clean. And it's only on demand. It's not stored hydrogen, folks. It's burnt on demand. That's the difference, and so it's very, very safe. So this company here in 2008 did this here, and they were going to come to market with this, and according to the article here, they were going to come to market with it, and it's going to cost under $500 or under $5,000, folks. $5,000 for this car. Now you tell me how bad that would hurt the evil cabal's plan to rob the American people, making us buy $200 a barrel oil. That would put them in out of business, because I guarantee you everybody and their brother would be buying these cars up left and right to run their vehicles on water. I mean, it would just cause an explosion. Japan did this, and it was real. And it was a real factory, ready to go to market with this. And guess where the factory? And here's the name of the company, Gene Packs. Okay, and here's their website, a little bit of Japanese, and it says down here, basically they were out of business February 10th, 2009. I'm sure the evil cabal put them out of business. Make no mistake about it. They bought them out. They shut them down. They threatened them. My thoughts is maybe they were secretly still working on this project. It's just my thoughts. They're secretly still working on this project, and we're going to bring it to market. Or maybe some others, like-minded people, we're going to bring this car to market and get it out there to the public. But guess where this factory was to produce these cars? Yes, folks, it was in Osaka, Japan. That's where this factory was. And this is Osaka, Japan now. How convenient that is, I wonder. I wonder if that had anything to do with it. I'm sure it didn't, right? You don't think that the government actually kill all them people in Japan just so that car that runs on water wouldn't make it to mass media or the masses and to the public, do you? So they could continue to sell oil to us at $200 a barrel? No, I'm sure that's just a coincidence. That really had nothing to do with it, folks. So you make your own mind up. I put the link right here on here. All the links here are right here on the website. I just put this up. And it's pure evil in my book, and as Clint Eastwood would say, hang them all. It's hang them all, I say. Well, that's my saying, but I just think of Clint Eastwood there with when he had that guy standing on a broken gravestone or something, and he had a rope on his neck, and he goes up on top of the hill and shoots a rifle and knocks and shoots the rope, and the guy falls down. Well, in this case, I'd like for that to be Bush and Henry Kissinger and David Rockefeller. Only don't bother to shoot the rope. Just let them hang them all. Okay, that's it for that, folks. That's my rant and rave about what really went on. It's just speculation on my part, but I do believe it to be true. So let's move on to the charts. And what I said in the charts was basically I was looking possibly for more down Monday and then recycle back up to go back up higher. Depends on how far we go down, obviously on Monday. Right now we're up in after hours 5 points. So we might not go down at all. This might be it. Might just bang on that 1290 and just keep on pushing up. But I still kind of feel like they're going to dip down here a little bit and go negative. Well, it might not even go negative based upon where this is right here. Might just dip down a little bit and then pop back up here and make a smaller histogram tower. But what I'm looking for right here is this right here. As you can see, we're way oversold here on this chart right here, on the 60-minute chart. So you're looking at these MACDs. At this point, I'm expecting to kind of roll over here, cycle down, and not go very far, and then cycle back up and push up here. I want to see this get up here to 5.0. That's where I'd really like to see it get up to and get really overbought. And so, put in another histogram tower. So maybe cycle back down here, maybe go negative, dip back down, and then keep pushing up. So we'd have two of these histogram towers. One maybe a little smaller than the second. It's what I'm looking for. As you can see, we are pointing down right here. But again, we're up in after hours, so this could cycle right back up. But this needs to push on up higher is what I'm thinking. Okay. I still think even though we're up in after hours, I think we're going to probably fall back down and on Monday go down and then recycle back up. Looking at the 30-minute chart, you can kind of see what I'm thinking right here. Is it's dipped down. It's very, very small right there. It looks like it's ready to come back up because you look at it here. It's just went above, and it's kind of looks like it wants to curl back up. And it's at positive 2.5. I'd like to see it work its way on up there to 5.0 right here on the MACDs and let this thing curl up. But it does have a little bit to go down in the morning if it wants to go down at all. This could be the end of the B wave down, but I really kind of expect it to go down a little bit in the morning, and then maybe recycle back up, even though it's not looking like it right now in the after hours. So this would be the only thing, I guess, that would throw that out of the water, is basically the fact that this, well, not, I guess you could call this kind of a bull flag, but not really. It's too weak. The move up right here isn't tall enough. This is much longer, much bigger of a slope, so it's not really what I'd call a bull flag right here. But on the flip side, the 15-minute chart is cycling up and looking like it wants to roll up here and put in a smaller histogram tower, and it might just kind of work, go in no man's land here for a little while for the first day, and not really go too high or too low, I believe. Looking here, looks like it wants to curl back up again. Same thing. We're oversold here on this one, so this would kind of lead you to believe a pop in the morning, which, since I'm looking at the charts right here, it's up 5 already. So, maybe we get the pop early in the morning, instead of down, and then it just sells off and later in the afternoon. I am looking for it to back down, like I said, and recycle, not necessarily on this 30, but on this 60. I really want to see this dip down here, curl back down, and it does not have to go below 0, but I am looking for it to work its way down. Put in some smaller towers. It might be 2 or 3 of them here. So the idea here is what I'm really looking for, is this to curl down a little bit and then to straighten back up and push its way on up to about 5.0 is just what I'm guessing. And so where would that be in the morning? When I say we're up 5, it's strange because it's only showing it's sitting at 1279 on the ES, and right there's 1280, so maybe it came up from a lower position. Well, and the ES and the SPX are off a little bit right now. They were in sync for a while, but it was really strange how there's like almost a 5-point difference in them or something there on Friday. Me and Anna was discussing that. I thought it was kind of strange. So they're not exactly in sync right now. So maybe being 1279, 5 points more, that'd be 1284 or something here is what's possible. So, but the thing we got to look out for here is, we can clearly see that we're in bear territory now, because we're getting down here between this 50 and 30 range and staying in that area here, which is bearish on the market. As you can see, when the market's rising, it tends to stay above the 50 to 70 range in the bull territory, and when it's down, it's down in this territory between the 50 and 30 on the RSI. That's a relative strength index. Looking here at the daily, and we can look at the same thing, you can see we're still in bear territory, 50 to 30 range. What I don't want to see is them to push it up here beyond 66, because 66 means there's 2-to-1 buying versus selling. It's going to give a lot of strength to the bulls. They managed to get it up there to 66 and push it on higher. So I don't think they're going to be able to do that. But so I'd kind of like to, see us get up here to 1300 before we roll over. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I gave 2 scenarios there where we basically just go up here and retest the current high, and then roll back over, 1288, or we keep on going up here and bang on this 1300. You can see how much resistance there is up there with all these moving averages crossing over. I mean, look at this, the 20s crossing down, and the 10's already over. The 10's this little gray one. The blue one here is the 20 crossing down. It is definitely looking ready to fall off a cliff here, folks. It really is. We are a little bit oversold, though, here. As you can see, we do need to push back up for a day, maybe 2. So I'd like to see this pop back up here and maybe just fall short of 50 for 1 or 2 days. Maybe Monday and Tuesday, work its way up there to that 1300. That's what I'd really like to see on this, and then roll back over again to let that kind of reset itself. So if that's the case, if we do that and we go down a little bit, maybe Monday and then back up, and then one big push up on Tuesday morning, maybe, then we could start rolling over by the end of the day. I think that's it. Just, and this is just guessing on where the 60 works its way out. Again, the goal here is to get this thing pushed up here to 5.0, maybe even 7.5. I doubt it, but 5.0 range for sure. So maybe a dip down, tomorrow, and then another push up into Tuesday. That's really what I'd like to see, and I think that's about all we'll get out of the 60. So whether or not it goes negative or not, or just dips down here and then kind of puts in a lower histogram tower, I don't know the answer to that. It's hard to say, but to me, there's a wall of resistance up there at that 1300. Beyond that, of course, if you drew this trend line on out, you could theoretically, I guess, going up to 1310, but or even hit this trend line. But I don't see us getting that high. But anything's possible. I think it's going to be tough to get through these moving averages. That 50-day moving average, they're sitting there right at 1300. It's going to be a tough area of resistance, especially all these other ones coming down on it on the daily charts. So that's like a necktie of resistance right there, a triple necktie, because it's two moving averages on top of each other. So it's very, very bearish. Even when you look at it here on the SPY chart, Cobra's chart, you can see that it's a black bar. That's a reversal bar, and that's very, very bearish. So, possibly here on the VIX, you get down here and you feel this gap. We didn't feel this one down here, so there's nothing to say that we're going to feel it. So, don't necessarily think that we're going to feel the gap. But notice that this did hit this center line of this channel that the market seems to be, or that Cobra's put there. It's not seems to be. It's what they call that, a Bollinger Band channel range, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It's not saying what it is here on it. So it could be that one, or there's other channels out there but you see what I'm talking about, this little gray area here, and then a little dotted one right here, and then the other gray. So you get your lower level and your higher level. It's banged on it, touched it there, so possibly it could go down there and bang on it there. Possibly take a big rally for that to happen, but if it did, that would certainly close the gap. So it is possible that we could close the gap on this to allow the market to go a little bit higher before we roll over. And you can see here on the up here on the RSI, the overbought. I believe that's the RSI. It's not showing here, but I think it is. It is obviously pointing down, so it could go down for a day or two, which would allow the market again to go up and before it rolled over, but not very far, folks. I really don't think we're going that far. I think that 1300 range is going to be really tough to go through. So even with the sell-off Monday morning and a push back up late in the day, or vice versa, if they push up Monday morning, they sell off a little until the close and then try to push up one more time Tuesday. Either way, I think it's all shortable stuff. You look here at the weekly chart and look where this is going. This is clearly fell out of major bull territory and it's working its way down. It's 57.19 there. Still in bull territory. I'd love to see it cross the 50. Once it crosses the 50, it's in bear territory, and that's a weekly chart. So then you're going to see some big selling. So that is something to look out for. Obviously, we should bounce right here at this. If we hit this on a weekly at the 1176.40 green 200-day moving average, because you've got a necktie of support there with the red coming in at 1179, which is the 50 moving average, and the line going across here as a lower level horizontal support. So that's a triple necktie of support on the weekly close. It does not mean it cannot pierce through it. Don't think we can't just pierce right through it and hit on a flash crash. That's possible. That's very possible. Look over here at this flash crash. You can clearly see it went and it didn't pierce through. It just banged, hit perfect target right on the 50-day moving average right there at that spot. tagged it, come back up, closed below the 20-day at that particular time. But clearly, as you can see, we do have more to go. This is nowhere near oversold on a weekly. It can clearly push down more. It is clearly rolling over here, really without any signs of it turning back up. And you know, I can't see any reason for us not to sell off this entire week. Monday and Tuesday is the only weeks that I can see us rallying up any at all. I wanted to borrow a chart here from Cobra. He posed a nice idea right here on this chart, which is push up, bang, and then back down. That's very, very possible, especially considering right now in the after hours we're up. So, you know, bang on it, back down. You know, or you know, like I said, we could go down first and then back up. It's really hard to say, but I don't think they're going too far. So that's a nice possibility that Cobra's got out there. But I think by Tuesday, I think the market will start to roll over and start to go down. Certainly you can visit Cobra's chart. He's got a lot of statistics and showing that the market should be red this week. I think he said recent red weeks, 13 out of 16 chance, folks. 81% chance it'll be a red week this coming week. So, you know, if there's ever a chance for a crash, it's this week. You can see after 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, it's putting in that long tail. It's getting ready to fall and just collapse. It truly is. We could really see a big red week. So I don't know what Monday's going to do, but I don't see it going too far. Again, I don't see it going past 1300 on the upside. I think Tuesday probably be about the last chance to get short if you're not already short, because I do believe that the 60-minute chart will be up here by Tuesday morning. It's going to be up as high as it's going to get, maybe 5.0 range if we're lucky, and then from there just roll over and, you know, head down. So that's I think that covers everything. I can't think of anything else that I was going to say other than, let's see, the read my own stuff here. Go back and see. Oh yes, let's not forget the numbers 22 and 23, which is the 22nd and 23rd that this woman said. And you know, this very well could be the earthquake in California that that the gangsters will probably, you know, stage, and they'll make it happen. So let's hope that that's not the case. But they certainly could blame it on Japan. They blame it on that ring of fire that they put up there, that I put on the previous post, on my other post, which is let's see here on this one, the ring of fire, which is right here, which basically shows, again, you circle around there, it shows that it could hit the United States. Of course, you know, these people making all this up, scientists and stuff, well, the Illuminati can just make this happen and then blame it on this earthquake in Japan, which they created. So it's all staged, folks. It's all staged. I mean, everything here is. It's all under their control. So as far as the woman, and this guy here talks about it again on my weekend post. So if you've forgotten that, watch those videos again. I'm sure you've already watched them for the most part. And then this woman here that called for the earthquake on the 11th. She called it by date, March 11th to 14th. It happened, and now she's being given a vision by Jesus that numbers 22 and 23. That's this coming Tuesday and Wednesday. So, you know, and then there's this. You know, there's all kinds of reasons to think that something bad is going to happen this week, folks. So I just want to say, you know, good luck to everyone, and hopefully nothing bad does happen. But I think that is it. Thanks a lot. And one last thing I wanted to talk about. Richie sent me this, and well, Richie and Robert sent me these well, a bunch of people actually have sent me videos and stuff like that. So this one here about the Simpsons, I'm going to put this on the site as well again. that basically that talked about the Simpsons and the clock, and they come to another conclusion because everybody's been trying to figure this out. There's no question, and here's how he's got it figured out. He's figured it out somehow that it was 3:11:11. That's always after the fact, because obviously we've all studied this clock and tried to figure it out, what date it meant, and anyway, I'll put this up here for you to look at, because clearly this episode foretold of this nuclear explosion going off, and you know, maybe it hasn't gone off yet. You know, those plants over there, those 4 reactors that are overheating, maybe officially you haven't seen them blow up as in a nuclear bomb like this. You know, they have been blowing water and debris and stuff out of it as the water, and as they've been trying to cool it, but actually a full-blown explosion they have not had yet. So, and it seems to be cooling down right now. So that's a good thing. So maybe it won't happen. Or maybe this one here is the Japan one. I'm sorry, the California one that the gangsters are planning. It's hard to say, but I'll let you look at this again. This guy, you know, throw some interesting stuff out there. I'll put it on my blog for you. Okay, gang, finally that's it. Sorry it's such a long video, but I had a lot to cover. Okay, see you on the blog. Good luck, everyone.